Hi, I wanted to give you a little help on making your business concept. So I titled this pitch Making a Winning Pitch because we don't do anything in the world of entrepreneurship if we don't plan on winning. So you have required elements that you need to enter the New Venture Challenge and obviously for this class. That is, give us a quick 10-word or less description of what it is that you are all about. Then give us a full description of your idea and identify who your target market's going to be. And you have 1,500 characters for each of those. And again, just use Word to help you count out the number of characters you've got. I always like to say start out with the problem and the solution that you're doing. So what is it that you're helping people solve? Is it long lines at a cafeteria? Is it waiting in line to pay a toll? Is it inconvenient to do something? Is it time costing me a lot of money or time to do something? So try to figure out what the problem is and how you solve it. And a really good source of that is a personal story. So if you've got something that inspired you because you were the person that was waiting in line to do something, or that you personally observed hand on, or you have a family member who is afflicted by something or experienced something, those are always really good ways to convince other people, because if it's good enough for you, it might be good enough for them. And so I always like to say in these things, if you can tell a quick little story that helps you convey why you want to do this, that's going to be really good. And one of the things in bold here says benefits sell, features tell. Let's explore that a little bit more in detail. So features are the things that make up your offering. So these are the facts, the figures, the technology, the details behind it. And while interesting and sometimes very interesting to you because you really like the fact that you've got an ability to do something, you know, a third of as fast as somebody else can do it, features only tell us what they are all about. Benefits are what people are really buying. So benefits are what's in it for the customer. You know, what are they going to get in exchange for their time, trouble, trust, and money? Are they going to get enjoyment? What's the experience they're going to get? We all know that certain products cost more than other products because they think they deliver something different. It might be better taste, it might be higher performance, it might be increased social standing, etc. So what's in it for the customer is a lot more important than what actually the features are. Let's walk through how you can change those around. So, for example, features of a new suspension system for a car, and I'm not a car guy, would be stabilization control and reduced wheel stiffness. Well, if you were the salesman at the Toyota dealership where I just bought my new car, and you told me those things, a blank look would be on my face. But if you told me, hey, I've got a car that has a reduced risk of rollovers, and I have a car that for a man of your advanced chronological years would enjoy the comfort, now you've got me. So again, that's the difference between features and benefits. Features are a good way to help discover some benefits. So let's walk through a silly example using a banana. The features of a banana are a slippery peel, soft and mushy, and it contains potassium. And for each one of the features that you can come up with, ask yourself the question, so what? So what does it mean that it has a slippery peel? Well, it could be great for laugh. So what is it soft or mushy? It's great for kids, and I would add seniors, people with false teeth, you know, et cetera, or no teeth to eat. And potassium, so what? Again, it can help you with some digestive issues. So features tell, benefits sell. Features are, again, what the product does. Convert those by asking yourself the so what question into benefits, and I think you're going to have a much better business concept. The second thing they want you to do is identify who it is that you're selling to. So try to identify the characteristics of those people who need your solution. Again, the people who need your solution should be as specific as you possibly can make it. Try to avoid at all costs saying everyone on the planet needs my product or my service, because it's very rare that everybody needs something. So I try to identify who the buyer is, who the user is, who the influencer is, and who the decision maker. And they're not always the same. So for example, diapers. The user of diapers could either be people with incontinence issues or babies, but typically in the case of babies, the buyer is not the baby. The baby's parents buy it, and typically the influencer there might be the mom or it might be a grandparent. And the decision maker, again, could be one spouse or another, or it could be a daycare provider, etc. Demographics are pretty self-explanatory. Psychographics are really important because a lot of times the behaviors or the types of people that are going to get the benefits, you can kind of get telltale by some of the other things that they do. So if they like to drink wine, they might be interested in my particular kind of service. One way to figure out that I have found for this kind of an assignment is an easy way to go is to go to www.infousa.com. You have a lot of choices in there. You can do geography, you can do demographics, you can do all sorts of different ways, and it's fast and easy to get a quick sizing of your market. So to try to figure out how many people there are, use InfoUSA. Then once you figure that out, multiply it by what you think your sales price is, and that's your total sales opportunity. So in other words, if you've got 1,000 potential customers and your product costs $10, you've got a sales opportunity of $10,000. Now the question is how much can you convert that into actual sales, but that's for a different time in the class. When you get on InfoUSA, here's some examples of all the different types of boxes you could check in terms of trying to figure out some of the psychographics. So you might decide that the person you're most interested in are probably people who give to charity, read books, and have a certain level of income, for sake of argument. Well, you could check those boxes, put down Hamden zip code, and you can find out how many people in Hamden actually have that. So again, InfoUSA.com is a really good site to use. It's free, and I'd give it a shot. Last part is about competition. So everybody has competition. So it might not be direct, it might be indirect. For example, online conferencing is indirect competition to airlines because they don't have to fly to attend a business meeting. Try to figure out who they are. Give them a shout out that they have strengths. After all, your competition's already in business and you're not. So they must be doing something right. Then jujitsu, or try to say, okay, so that's what they do well, but they don't do everything great. So McDonald's does what it does well, but they don't make high quality hamburgers. They don't sell beer. Jake's Wayback Burgers just opened up in Cheshire. One of their features is they sell beer. So try to come up with a shout out about what they do well. Acknowledge though that they're not perfect, and that's where you're going to capitalize on the weaknesses and start your company to do something better. And the key here is to identify what makes you different from the competition. And I'll give you a list in just a second, but it's basically how do you differentiate yourself from all the other people out there doing a thing. If you're thinking of doing an app, you go to the App Store and you're going to see hundreds and hundreds of thousands, if not thousands, of other people who are in the same space you are. What makes your app different? What makes your product different? What makes your service different? Quick examples. Obviously, you've got in retail, Walmart versus Nordstrom's, right? So Walmart uses low cost as its way of getting competitive advantage, or differentiations with Nordstrom's. Airlines, Southwest versus Virgin. Focus, you've got 99 restaurants here in the Northeast that focus on families and casual dining a slightly different way than other casual dining places do. And for a while you had a fitness franchise that was very successful, but I think has faded. Curves for Women that focus simply on health issues and making fitness just for women. And finally, if at all, if you're struggling with this, take a look at this laundry list. It's different kinds of value propositions. So your product could be newer, your service could be improved. You could be customized. You could get the job done. In other words, other people don't quite finish it off the way that you do. Maybe it's in your design. Maybe it's in the status that you can convey. Maybe it's in your price point, high or low. Maybe it's the fact that you reduce cost or risk for the customer. Maybe it's something that you just make it accessible, or maybe it's something that where you make it convenient for the customer. So I hope this helps. I've posted these slides also to the course website. Again, text me if you got any questions, or email me, and I look forward to reading all your concepts.